Russo Italiano sponsors Boxing Bros UK.
Hello everybody, this is Boxing Bros UK. I am here's the boss Chris. This is my co-host.
He is.
And the topic of the day is Skye Nicolson taking her first L against TIARA Brown. Just on the weekend, she was chief support to Cambosis Jr. versus. So we'll talk about the fight a little bit, and then we'll pull up the post-fight interview that she said. Fucking
yeah,
you know, I don't know where to start. I want.
Oh, stinker!
It wasn't the best. My problem is, so when it wasn't working, so Skye's style of counter-punching and moving, it wasn't really working because she kept mixing, and she kept telegraphing her hooks, like she was going like doing some really weird wide, and parts of the fight was like they were doing Wing Chun, like going like this with the arm. It was like sometimes they'd block it like this, like a big like Steven Seagal, woo, and then a big slap. You know, it's like slap. Like
I know what you mean.
Do you know what
you
I mean?
Keep it tight,
when they were throwing, they were going whoa, like, and it was just really scrappy, really messy. Nothing really clean landed. I'd say I had it 3-3. And then TIARA Brown just started pulling away because she was forcing the fight and she was landing more. And Skye she didn't step it up when she was losing, and she just kept throwing, like she tried to pot shot, and they weren't landing, or they were missing, or they kept hugging each other. It was just awful. It was awful to watch, and I think the right woman won really because she was at least trying to force the fight a little bit. And yeah, it's a shame really because I think Skye's really good, but she said you can test me to make me step up. When you're losing and it's close and you need to win the last 3 rounds, you didn't step up the gears. You just stayed in the same thing that you've been doing all fight. That wasn't really doing anything, thinking you're going to get it because you're the home fighter maybe. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I mean, not too far off. It's a pretty good assessment, to be fair. I mean, I thought she started off okay. She was kind of using her lead jab quite well and catching TIARA Brown with her. She was using her right hook quite well as TIARA Brown was coming in. And I think this sort of showed the blueprint a little bit. I think if Raven Chapman was a lot higher level than what she was, and that's a bit of a weird thing to say, she probably would have won that first world title fight out on the Saudi card. But you know, the problem is with Raven Chapman is that when she was getting into range against Artenstall and Skye Nicolson, she wasn't then letting her hands go and getting any quality work in. What TIARA Brown was doing was walking her down. At times Skye Nicolson was trying to trade with her a little bit, and TIARA Brown was getting some good work done. You know, she's got 11 KOs I think on her record. But she was saying, wouldn't she? And I think you pulled up a quote there, so you might have read the same article, but pre-fight with Boxing Scene. He said, "Oh yeah, I haven't really been tested. This is going to be my hardest test. I've prepared for the best version of it. You know, all those usual sort of comments. This is a test to see if I sink or swim. We'll see if I sink or swim." And she's sort of saying, "Look, I know I can punch. I just haven't. I know I haven't got. I've only got 1 KO, but I've put people down in sparring, all the way." Where was this in the fight? This is what frustrates me with her. I like her. I think she's a great media, but I know she signed a deal with DAZN to be as part of the media. That was part of the deal, to be on part of the media. You know, I'd love to get down to the gym again at some point to chat to her because she's obviously near us. And
did you
I think
see
she looks good. She looks the part.
The coach that we went down to the gym that we met, the Chinese guy. Did you see him?
Oh, what is it? Bobby in it? Is it Bobby?
Yeah,
I can't remember. Bobby, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'll have to text
Chris got his number.
go down.
Text it. Pop him a text. Yeah, so we'll get down.
Yeah.
But listen, looks the part, talks well. Oh, look, there was a bit of build-up. I think the thing is, a key point here, Chris, we'll get into a little bit more. I think TIARA Brown got in her head a little bit. She was really sticking it on her in the press conferences, the build-up all over Twitter. I don't know. You know I like to read into things, probably too much sometimes. But I don't know whether she maybe got under Skye's skin a bit. But my overriding feelings on this, Chris, was she doesn't seem to be willing. This is your first time. The belt's slipping away. I don't know what one judge gave it 96, 94 to Skye. I don't know what he was smoking, but the belt's slipping away and you didn't really do anything. You didn't die on your shield and I'll talk about something in the interview because I want to save that point for then, but she just didn't, like you said it, she just didn't do nearly enough, and I think she'll be kicking herself a little bit. She was very humble in defeat, Chris, wasn't she? But frustrating performance, I think. Yeah,
it's another thing that this is my problem with another one, world champion. This is the highest level of female boxing. Yeah, she can't hold her feet and let her hands go when she's losing. Like, it's still land a few pot shots, move around. After an exchange, run away. Like, not run away, but when it's do or die, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a female thing, I don't know, like, when they're in the heat of battle, they just haven't got that in them, where only certain people like Katie Taylor, Basu, like, you know, but like, you people like, your Skye Nicolson, and the girl you mentioned before, what's she called? Is she stunk out the place?
Chapman.
Hennessy's daughter, like, they're to hold their feet. They won't hold their feet and let their hands go. And in this situation,
faff about, don't they? Faff about. With their punches just slapping about.
It's like she does. I'm losing, but I'm not gonna hold my feet. I'm not gonna do anything. It just it is what it is. I'm just gonna carry on trying my best to doing what I'm doing, even though it's not working. Like, you can't have that attitude. You've got to go out, biting down your gum shield and going out on your shield. Like, I don't think female boxers, majority, have that kind of bit in them. Maybe.
But do you see, Chris, a question for you? A question for you on that point you made. Do you see Skye Nicolson, was she 29, 30 this year at some point? Do you see her making adjustments at this point in her career? Do you see her willing to change her style? Your style's your style. We all know this. All right, there are fighters that have changed their style a bit. Is she going to change enough that against someone like a TIARA Brown, where she does maybe need to? Because the problem is, and you can, all right, it's 10 rounds, 2 minutes. You can try and run away for 10 rounds, but against a fighter like TIARA Brown, is a step up in quality. Your legs are going to start to go, Chris. You're running around, faffing about. You're not getting those right hooks started to go, and she was just pushing the jab out, slapping about, running away the whole fight. You're going to get tired. You're going to get tired. You're going to slow down.
And all the inside dirty fighting, it takes that out of you. You know when someone's clinching you and they're trying to break your arm, and you're trying to resist, and they're punching you at the same time from the other side. Do you know what I mean? it does.
It's so frustrating. The thing is, when she weren't running away, Chris, I'm not. If she sees this, I'm not. Look, I'm a fan. I think she's a very, very technical boxer. The thing is, I don't know where the fighting instinct's in there, because when she then got in close, she was just trying to tie TIARA Brown up, and it was just, it was frustrating to watch, really, because it just wasn't working.
And the pot shotting, you needed to up the gears and let the hands go. Like, that pot shot, do you know it would have caught TIARA Brown off guard if she just started letting some straight shots go, quick, like some quick straight shots, flurries. It really would have. Do you know what I mean?
Flat performance, though, wasn't it? flat
Really,
performance. She even admitted
really,
herself it was flat. I think that was half the problem. It just, I don't know if she was a bit wary of her or nervous, or she just
maybe
was
she
a
had
bit.
the power,
It was,
or maybe she's
yeah.
in love with her own style. Like it's like the same with Jack Catterall. Like he was winning with his style. A lot of people didn't like it, but he never stepped up the gears unless he needed to. And he coasting, and you get through a few close decisions,
Oh,
and then before you know
is
it,
that the
bam!
was that the Barbosa Junior fight you're talking about?
I think so. Yeah. So he got through on that style, and he didn't need to change it, but he might have needed to make adjustments because he kept winning. He never changed it, but you could see the cracks in the armor on his previous fights that he has got some weaknesses there if he doesn't step it up. And then obviously that's exactly what happened. The same with Skye. I've been winning. The fights haven't been pretty. Everyone's complaining, but I'm winning, so I'm just going to keep doing this. And then she didn't have a plan B or C. I think she needs to not get a new trainer, but really change her style, more offensive. Maybe get someone in there, like an assistant coach, just to help out and make her a bit more offensive. But she needs something, because it does. Like Amir Khan, he went to Freddie Roach and had really good wins, made it more offensive. Tyson
Lennox
Fury,
Lewis, the great Emmanuel Stewart, revitalised him.
and then he got that, and he developed that crank style, very offensive.
Vladimir Klitschko as well.
Went to Spurs. So Tyson Fury leaving Ben Davison, going to Sugar Hill Stewart because he wanted to be more aggressive.
That's a good point.
He used to fight on the back foot a lot.
Yeah, maybe.
A change
Maybe.
of team to get more offensive, because that style, she knows that style. She's mastered it. She needs to master another style. She's young enough to do it.
Yeah.
The talent pool in female boxing is the best, so she can get away with it. So do it.
Don't text the trainer that though. Don't text him that though. Yeah, because I'm sure.
He doesn't have to leave, but he can get more offensive. You know, but that's what happened with Ben Davison. That's why Ben Davison, because he wanted Ben Davison to be head coach, and he wanted teaching to be more aggressive. And said, "Fuck you! I don't want any coach," and that's it.
Yeah,
him on me.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
See you later, then, because I want him on the team. If you're not going to do it my way, go away.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So, anything more to add to that? We'll just chop it.
Yeah, no, we'll bring up the post-fight interview. I just got to cut off something to mention on that.
We're going to bring up the post-fight interview. Skye, she looked very, very, very upset, devastated, obviously. Let's see what she had to say.
Humble.
Right.
Yeah, humble in defeat, which is always good, which is not a bad thing, but...
Yeah.
Lewis Hart for the Ring magazine, joined today with Skye Nicolson. Not your night tonight, obviously split decision defeat to TIARA Brown. Yeah, commiserations, but how is the feeling now, I guess about an hour or so after the fight?
Yeah, I don't think it's probably fully sunk in yet, but it's elite sport. You can show up and look $1 million in the gym every day for 10 weeks and it doesn't come together on the night. Definitely didn't feel myself in there, but you can't take away from Tiara's performance. This is her moment, and I'll come again.
Was there anything that surprised you with Tiara in there?
Not really, no. I felt a little bit flat. I felt she executed her game plan well, and it worked for her. I struggled to get into my rhythm and flow, and fought her fight probably a little bit too much. I thought it was a close fight. I thought it probably could have gone either way. Yeah. I didn't feel like you could have complained either way, but she got the nod, and that's boxing.
You know, as a pro so far, no one really has pushed you to the level that Tiara pushed you. Do you think that was a bit of a shock in there?
It wasn't a shock. We knew we were in a hard fight. She's, I said it in the week at the press conference. She's 18-0. 19-0 now, but she was 18-0, 11 KOs. You don't get to that level without being good. There's a reason champions haven't fought her or haven't given her opportunities before, and I did. And she won tonight, so congratulations to her.
When the decision was getting read out, just looking on your reaction, fully confident you thought you'd done enough to win?
Yeah, I thought it was a fight that could have gone either way. I've only just heard about the scorecards. They're very all over the place. There's not really a single round that's really agreed upon across the board. But maybe it was one of those fights and it's what you prefer. But yeah, I thought it could have gone either way, and I felt being the champion, being in Australia, it was a close fight, and I thought it was going to go my way, and it didn't. And like I said, that's boxing. It's fight sport.
That's telling. That's telling what she said there.
To run it back. TIARA entertained the idea of a rematch in the post press conference. So ideally, that's something you like the sound of as well.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think she definitely didn't get the best of me tonight. There's a much better version of me that I would obviously love the opportunity to, and I gave her this opportunity, so I would love the opportunity for a rematch as well. But obviously need to regroup with my team, see where we went wrong. But yeah, definitely would love to have the rematch.
Yeah. A final one for myself. Didn't go your way tonight. But if you look back and look at being back in Australia, having your whole team around you here, how special do you think the build up to this has been, and the whole week in general?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I've absolutely loved being back home. I've really been wanting to fight back home in Australia, and I'm obviously sad that it didn't go to plan tonight, and I didn't really show up and perform for the fans the way I'd planned and prepared.
Is that enough?
Yeah, no, that'll do it, because there's two things as we come back in here on screen. There's two questions I've got for you that I want us to sort of towards the end of this video, right? And she said something quite telling at the end, but the first thing was striking to me when I saw this interview, and the YB beat me to it, but I thought it before him. To be fair. What does her face look like in that interview? I mean, in terms of, does it look like she's been in a fight to you?
No.
She looks like she's about to get. She's not got a mark on her, Chris. Not a mark on her. No. Now, what does that tell you?
She's not been in a fight.
You're in there, right? And I know. Look, and I always say this: you've got to be very brave to walk in that ring, and massive balls to anyone who gets in there, right? You've got your hardest test, your belt slipping away, right? You're in there slapping around, faffing around, trying to tie up. You're not willing to get hurt, right? You're a fighter. My issue is you're not willing to get hurt to get chinned in order to keep hold of your belt. Look, I've got to be honest. I'm staggered. I'm staggered.
Yeah.
If she'd have come in that interview, but I don't want to see anybody battered and bruised. If you can win a fight on the end of your jab and whatever, then great. But that clearly wasn't going to happen. And then she said, "Oh well, I thought basically, considering I'm in Australia, I thought I'd have got the bias and I'd have got the nod." I mean, basically,
fucking so wrong.
So,
I can't believe that. I said that, though, didn't I? Before the interview I said that. I said,
fucking hell.
I don't need to step up the gears because I'm at home, so I'll get the nod because it's close. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
So the thing is, look,
just before that interview came on.
I'm not. All right, I'm bigger out, but I've just got to be honest, right? These at the end of the day, we're here to analyse. We're here to review. We're here to give our honest opinions. I'm not going to be here kissing people's asses because I'm worried about access or not getting access. At the end of the day, it's you got a so you don't have to go over, don't have to go silly and get clickbait. But you know what I mean? The belt slipping. I can't get over that. There's not a bruise on you. Like I can't. Can you get your head around that? That was really striking to me. That was.
It's just because she thought. I do believe that she thought it's close. I'm at home. I'll get the nod.
Yeah,
because
true.
Like she said, it's not like TIARA Brown was absolutely battering every round.
No.
The rounds are all very, very
tight.
close.
Yeah.
And scrappy. Not many punches were really landing clean. So she just thought that she was going to get the nod.
Yeah, you are right. That was her mentality clearly, and I understand. But I think she was so reliant and sort of probably in a corner thinking, I might just get over the line, and it's backfired. And she was very magnanimous. You know, she speaks well. She's very humble. She gave flowers to now, and I respect all of that. I think I'd have liked her to have been a bit more pissed off. I know she's media friendly. I'd like her to have been. Do you know what? I'm fucked off in there. I wish I'd done that. I want a rematch with her, and I'm gonna bash her a bit. I wanted to see a little bit more fire in the belly. Perhaps that's not her. I don't know, but
I think maybe she is devastated, but like she's got the wrong mentality. Like, oh, I should have got it because of this. It's like, it's prima donna. Like, I'm a home fighter. I should have got it. It's a close fight. Like, it's not, all right, rematch. And this time, I'm going to let my hands go. You're going to see a completely new Skye. But
does she win does she win a rematch? Does she win a rematch if that happens? Can she win it?
If she makes the adjustment, if she does exactly what she did last time, no, she doesn't win the rematch. Well, I don't believe so.
Yeah. Plant her feet, let the hands go. Be willing to get hurt. She's got to be willing to get hurt in there, I think, to win.
That's it.
Anyway,
the next one.